The allotment of the people of Joseph went from the Jordan by Jericho, east of the waters of Jericho, into the wilderness. It went up from Jericho into the hill country to Bethel, then from Bethel to Luz, passing along to Ataroth. This was the territory of the Archites. It then went down westward to the Japhletites, as far as Lower Beth, then to Gezer, and finally it ended at the sea. The people of Joseph, Manasseh, and Ephraim received their inheritance. The territory of Ephraim by their clans had its eastern boundary at Ataroth, extending to Upper Beth Horon. The boundary then went from there to the sea. On the north was Mikmathath, and on the east it turned toward Tonath-Shiloh. It passed along beyond Tonath-Shiloh on the east to Genoa, then down from Genoa to Ataroth and Nara. It touched Jericho, ending at the Jordan. From Tappuah, the boundary went westward to the brook Hannah and ended at the sea. Such was the inheritance of the tribe of Ephraim by their clans, including towns set apart within Manasseh's inheritance. However, they did not drive out the Canaanites who lived in Gezer, so the Canaanites lived among Ephraim. To this day, they were made to do forced labor. Then allotment was made to the people of Manasseh. He was the firstborn of Joseph. To Machir, firstborn of Manasseh and father of Gilead, were allotted Gilead and Bashan. This was because he was a man of war. Allotments were made to the rest of Manasseh's clans: Abiezer, Helek, Azriel, Shechem, Hepher, and Shemida. These were the male descendants of Manasseh, son of Joseph, by their clans. Now Zelophehad, son of Hepher, had no sons. He had only daughters: Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. They approached Eleazar, the priest, and Joshua. They also approached the leaders and said, "The Lord commanded Moses to give us an inheritance along with our brothers. So, according to the mouth of the Lord, he gave them an inheritance among their father's brothers." Thus, 10 portions fell to Manasseh, besides Gilead and Bashan, which are on the other side of the Jordan. This was because the daughters of Manasseh received an inheritance along with his sons. The land of Gilead was allotted to the rest of Manasseh. The territory of Manasseh reached from Asher to Mikmathath, east of Shechem. The boundary went southward to En-Puah. The land of Tappuah belonged to Manasseh, but the town of Tappuah on the boundary belonged to Ephraim. Then the boundary went down to the brook Kana. Cities south of the brook, among Manasseh's cities, belonged to Ephraim. Manasseh's boundary went on the north side of the brook and ended at the sea. South was Ephraim's, north was Manasseh's. The sea formed its boundary. On the north, Asher was reached, and on the east, Issachar. Also in Issachar and Asher, Manasseh had Bethshean, Ibleam, Dor, Endor, Tanoch, and Megiddo with their villages. Yet the people of Manasseh could not take possession of those cities. The Canaanites persisted in dwelling there. When Israel grew strong, they put the Canaanites to forced labor, but did not utterly drive them out. Then the people of Joseph spoke to Joshua, saying, "Why have you given me but one lot and one portion? We are a numerous people, since the Lord has blessed me." Joshua replied, "If you are numerous, go up to the forest, clear ground for yourselves in the land of the Perizzites, and Repim, since Ephraim's hill country is too narrow." The people of Joseph said, "The hill country is not enough for us. All Canaanites in the plain have chariots of iron, both those in Bethshean and its villages, and those in the valley of Jezreel." Then Joshua said to the house of Joseph, "To Ephraim and Manasseh, you are a numerous people and have great power. You shall not have one allotment only, but the hill country shall be yours. For though it is a forest, you shall clear it and possess it to its farthest borders. For you shall drive out the Canaanites, though they have chariots of iron, and though they are strong."